Hello everybody, Zemo Tech here, back at it again, and I'm talking rarity bumps today. And why I'm sick and tired of having rarity bumps in this game. Let's take a look at Poly Desires, for example. Poly Desires is a card that the OCG got. Poly Desires is a card that the OCG got as a super rare and a secret rare, I think. Yeah. We got it as a secret. The OCG, I think, got D-Berry as a super and a secret. You know what we got it as? A secret only. Why is it that Konami chooses to give Japan multiple different variety of rarities, so if they don't have the money for the more expensive rarity, they can simply downgrade and swallow their pride and buy a super rare, a shitty super rare copy instead? You know why they do that? Because I feel Konami's biased to us. Like, literally, they're very biased to us. And they choose to drain our wallets, yet to keep the OCG nice and happy, filled with money. Yet at the same time, why is it the OCG are the ones usually winning our worlds all the time? Even though, keep in mind that the Europeans came close. They made it to they got third and fourth, which is pretty good, in a basically OCG rigged event. I mean, it's more the OCG ban list than the TCG ban list in the first place. Like, if we were able to use Zoo over there, I think some of the TCG players might have been able to make it the top 2 cut. I mean, we didn't even get America didn't even get any players in the fucking top 8. Period. I mean, we didn't get it. We didn't get it. I mean, we didn't get any players in the fucking top 8 because these events are so rigged in the favor of the Japanese, and in some sense, the Europeans as well. I mean, where Konami rigs these events to where Americans and Europeans don't win. But at the same time, Europeans still managed to take third and fourth place. We didn't even manage to get any people into the top cut. Billy didn't make the cut. I mean, Jeff Jones didn't even fucking qualify for the World Championships this year. I mean, Shunsuke was bunked out, but that didn't stop Japan from winning. It would have been a much easier win, I'm not going to lie, because Shunsuke was playing the best out of everybody there. But again, Japan still got it, even though that they had to do a little bit more for it, but they still managed to take the top cut. And if Japan wasn't going to win it, another Asian was going to win the fucking event, because that's how it is. It's rigged in the favor of Japanese people, I guess. Japanese and Chinese, Koreans, all the Asians over there in Asia right now. It's rigged for them. That's why I feel attending Worlds is entirely pointless, because you are never going to fucking win. If you're not a fucking Asian, it is entirely fucking pointless to attend Worlds. Because if you are not in an Asian country, your country is not supported by Konami. Therefore, it's going to be rigged in the favor of the Japanese. The ban list is rigged in the favor of the Japanese. The freaking everything about the tournament is rigged in the favor of the Japanese. All the way coming down from that fucking ban list. It's like, the ban list is more OCG than TCG. So they can adapt to that ban list very easily. While we had to sit back and think quick. Like, our American and European players had to sit back and think quick about what they're gonna run, because, I mean, you don't have all day, you gotta think quick, yo. I mean, the event was literally like a week or 2 away, and you didn't have much time to change your decks, or choose another deck in replacement if you won with, like, say, Zodiac, and then, you would end up not being able to use Zoo at the event because they completely slaughtered and fatherized Zoo for this event. Not that I blame them, of course, because Zoo's a degenerate piece of shit. But, yeah. It's never fair for the TCG players. And this is why I say that we should be getting sets at the same time as the OCG. Watch VCTFRS and listen to what he says. My opinions on this come from VCTFRS. Konami needs to make this game more fair. Because when TCG players start dropping like flies, that's when their profits are going to go down. Watch VCTFRS meme video with Hitler ranting about the TCG players dropping the game like flies. And even though it's funny, but it makes a lot of sense. And something like that is what's going to happen over here if they don't start changing their ways soon. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the game anymore myself. I just stick around for the little bit of creative aspect of it left. Heralds and Lightsworns. Those three. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, I would have been long gone from this game. I mean, Monarchs and Cosmos are cool, but I didn't have them for very long. I've been sticking it out with Heralds for 3-4 years already. I've been sticking it out with Lightsworn ever since they first came out. I've been in love with the deck. I mean, I've always been a fan of them. Ever since I got into Yu-Gi-Oh!, my first two decks were Lightsworn and Synchron. Synchron got killed off. That really pissed me off. And they're not announcing any new Link monsters to help Synchrons. I'm like, come on, Konami, help them. Give them fucking something. They need help. I mean, you're giving the support to decks like Subterror that can already function in Link format? This is why I hate the Link mechanic. This is why I truly hate the mechanic. Because Konami is not making cards to help older archetypes. This is why I'm biased against Links. I have no respect for Link summoning. I really don't. I truly hate the new mechanic. It's possibly a mechanic I'm going to hate more than Pepe in his prime. Because at least with Pendulums, even though you lost a lot of the time while playing your shitty Synchron decks against your shitty Dark Synchro decks against Pendulum decks, at least you were able to play your deck. Now, the only thing keeping Synchrons from having some form of a point in this game is Gofu. And you know what's going to happen when Gofu gets limited? Synchrons are going to become, and drumroll please, entirely pointless. That's right, Synchrons will not be able to function anymore without Gofu. They need Gofu in the deck in order to be able to make their plays. Somebody prove me wrong and I will love you. Because I want to play Synchrons, but I am accepting the fact right now that it is only a matter of time before Gofu, and at some point if Link Karibo gets too abusive, Level Eater will be banned too. Prove me wrong that the deck can function without Gofu and Level Eater, and I will love you. I want somebody to prove me wrong, because Synchrons are still one of my favorite decks ever. Still my number 3 to this day. I've stuck it out with Synchrons for 10 years! 10, probably not 10 years, but somewhere around there. Like fucking 8 years, back when Synchrons first came out. I've stuck it out with Synchrons from there to now. And now I can't play them anymore. And that really breaks my heart. And I see Konami making support for Spirals and Subterrors. And this goes back to my idea of rarity bumps. Watch, the OCG is gonna get the new struggling battle card, fucking common or rare or super rare only, like a rare or super rare, one of those two, ultra maybe, but then over here we're gonna get it bumped up to a ultra rare or a secret, one of the two. And this is what I'm talking about with the unbalances in not only the TCG and the OCG, but decks in general. There should be much more of a priority with decks than the mix that we have right now. We need that fucking ban list to hit True Draco in the ass. I want True Draco fucked up on this ban list. It really needs to happen already. And don't even fucking get me started if they don't hit Zoo. Because if they don't hit Zoo, Zoo's gonna become one of the best engines for this format. Since they're getting reprinted in the tints, ugh, Everybody's gonna be able to afford the fucking engine now because Bayraj was like what 20, like $15 at max before. Now it's gonna go down to like what fucking 10, $7 to $10, anywhere from $7 to $10 a pop. Now everybody's gonna be able to afford that fucking zoo engine. They really are, and it's gonna really piss me off to have to deal with everybody running zoo. Even the poor people are gonna run this degenerate piece of shit now. But yeah, and my problem with high rarities is that high rarities are nice, but not everybody can afford them. Not everybody has $300-$400 to slap down on a fucking deck. It's just not happening. It really isn't, and this is why. Everybody in my locals is like, why are you running Monarchs? Why don't you run True Draco? I refuse to spend that kind of money on a deck. I just refuse. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't spend it. It's, how should I put this? The principle of the situation. You shouldn't have to spend $300-$400 every format on a fucking deck. Like, every format from 4 to 5 months. In order for you to be able to compete in this game. You shouldn't have to do it. You shouldn't have to be drained by co-money so much all the time. And this is why I say about back just before Duelist Alliance format started, I dropped Yu-Gi-Oh! I quit. And then I got back into it. Basically where I am now. I got back into the game when the fucking Monarch structure that came out. That's when I got back into the game. When Duelist Alliance format ended and Monarchs were in the game. And I actually regret that because Duelist Alliance format, I looked back at it and it was cool. I liked that format. It was fair. A lot of people may have different opinions about the Duelist Alliance format. Genlock, Cleaforts with 3 skill drain, 3 emptiness, 3 scout, 3 towers, and 3 of everything for them. 3 sacrifice and 3 of all those cards, but I liked that format. It was balanced, in my opinion. It had a fair flow of different decent decks that were decently affordable in some cases. And it just wasn't it was a cool format. Format and Duelist Alliance format were both some of my favorite formats in the history of this game. They were fun. They weren't degenerate like this trash can that I'm gonna be having as the image of the video the entire time. This fucking trash can right here. These trash cans, Tiger Moore and Rapier. Fuck these cards. Fuck their deck. Fuck True Draco. Fuck the players. They can go fucking die. The only variants I've said in the past I enjoyed of Zoo is Herald Zodiac and Cosmo Artifact Zoo. Those are the only 2 variants I even fucking enjoyed that I didn't do. Only 2. Pure Zoo I hate. And like everybody in my logos like, they're like, oh, you should try this out, man. I guarantee you'll like it. And I tried it out. They lent me the cards and I didn't enjoy it. I was very annoyed with the deck. And again, I'm gonna repeat this story again. There was a guy at my locals. I am not lying. I promise I'm not lying. Who was able to fucking learn the deck overnight, like Friday night, at a fucking White Castle joint playtesting for 3 hours. He was able to master the deck. How fucking degenerate and skillless can a deck be where you only need 3 hours to learn the deck? Some of the decks that rogue players play take years to master. Years. DDD. Very hard deck to play. It takes not years, but months to master the deck. Kaiju, take a look at Gage X Scapegoat if you don't know who that is. He's a very funny anti-meta player. His entire channel derives on stun in general. He's still learning Kaiju to this day. And he's been playing pure Kaiju ever since, like, November 2015 days. Like, November, December-ish, around that time period, 2015, he's been playing the deck ever since then. He's still learning about the deck to this day. So what is that, like, almost 3 fucking years now? Like when we get to freaking like when we get to November, December of 2017, it's officially gonna be like two years. It's officially gonna be 3 years that he's been learning the deck. That's how long Kaijus have been around. The pure version, anyway. He's still learning about the deck to this day. Very complicated deck to understand and very hard to build. Take a deck like Synchron or Despot, for example. Those decks, like, I played Synchron for years. They're very hard to play sometimes. You actually have to sit there for a couple of days. I say it will take a good solid month of you learning the deck before you will be ready to take it for fun at your locals. You have to sit there and play test for like a month before you're ready. Like, I'm serious. That's not a joke, by the way. Like, all these dark synchro link format variants popping up, even those require, like, you know, the variants that spam Omega and things like that, even those require a lot of skill. You need to learn the deck inside and out before you can just take it to your locals and play it. All those people that have been profiling the deck, they've been playing the deck for a while. They should know the struggle. Whoops, nothing happened, right? Anyways, they should know the struggle of what it takes to be able to play Synchron decks for Link format. Or just play Synchrons in general. Deskbot players, that deck is pretty hard to play too. I used to play Deskbots a lot back in the day, and even topped with it at my locals once. Even made top 4 there at my locals back in the summer 2016 format days. Back in the days where this game wasn't as retarded as it is now. But anyways, yeah, Despots are hard to learn, Synchrons, DDDs. All these different decks are hard to learn and master. Take a deck like Melophos, for example. That deck is not hard to learn at all. It's literally summon, destroy, flip up from deck, flip up from deck, flip up from deck, setting all these cards from your deck. Scale, pendulum summon 5 from extra deck. GG. And now, you have to put a little bit more thinking into your deck construction of the deck. But once you get the proper deck list that suits your playstyle and is best overall for you, it's still not hard to play your deck. Melophobes is like literally the same thing. Blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up. Like, that deck never changed in playstyle out of all the months that it's been here. Same with Zodiac, Zoo has changed its playstyle over a period of time only because of a ban list, not because the players really wanted to. That's the difference between creative players and lazy players. That net deck. And the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video is the top title stays over here, name changes. What the fuck is it with the name changes, Konami? Tree Toad was fine. I like that name. That was a good name, but totally awesome? Really? Magical something? AKA Magical Nothing? Magical Nothing. Magical Nothing? Like, you know Magical Something, right? I nicknamed him Magical Nothing. You know why? Because he does nothing. He never did anything, unlike his cousin, Magical Abductor, which used to be ran in a lot of Pendulum Magician deck lists that ended up topping back in the day. Like, a lot of Pendulum deck lists before we got Melophos that topped, we're running Magical Abductor in the deck, because she was basically the new Wavering Eyes of the deck now. And on top of that, keep in mind that there are lots of name changes out there that were unnecessary. Let me think of another. That grass looks greener. Oh my god, they couldn't keep lawn mowing next door. Why? Like, and all those are funny, but the one that really pissed me off the most is changing Star Grail to World Chalice. That deck didn't deserve a name change at all. Like, it really didn't. Star Grail was fine. There's nothing offensive about the name. But anyways, I'm done ranting. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Team Tech signing out. Let me know what you thought of this video. Have a very beautiful day. Peace.